What's up, yo? Welcome back to the second episode of the Travel Tea, our weekly podcast. I'm Tim.
And I'm Fat Chunk Nate.
You are now one of my elite employees. I was
Aw.
irritating this fool so much. We just got off a cruise.
Dude.
And he's like, did you just barely see about that? I was like, no.
Well, with how much he's been saying it, you would think so.
It just gets stuck in my head. You are now one of my elite employees. Y'all, we have some news for you guys today. A lot of cruise news, okay?
And a lot of drama.
Yeah, so we're gonna tell you guys a little bit of a story time of our trip on the Carnival Firenze, but I do want to give you guys an update to this channel, okay? So that way you guys have a clear understanding. This is a weekly podcast that we are trying out, obviously just travel-based themed. And then now that Nate is back from college, we are going to be uploading vlogs every Sunday back to usual. As you guys know, for a while there, I was pretty much uploading shorts. So I have a lot of vlogs planned. We went to Japan in the end of February.
Yeah.
And I have been lagging on editing those vlogs, but I've been putting up shorts in the meantime. So
we need to take our time with me being gone. So
yeah, because he goes to college in Phoenix. Obviously, I live here in LA. So we're gonna get back to schedule with it, but I do want to let you guys know that I'm going to be uploading our Carnival Firenze vlogs first. So expect to see the first one of this Sunday. Actually, 2 days after you guys are watching this video, we're gonna be doing a boarding video of that. And if you guys are into short form content, I will not be posting any more shorts on here. This is only going to be long form content. I'm sticking the short form content to TikTok. So make sure you guys follow us on TikTok if you guys like more short form content. Also, there's going to be more exclusive content on there. We did a really shocking TikTok that actually is probably going to be up at the time of you guys watching this video. I don't want to spoil it, but it has to do with us stepping on the scale.
Oh, yeah. I don't care though. I stepped on the scale today and I feel much better. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you guys head over to TikTok to check that out. It's when I tell you shocking, I'm not exaggerating.
And it's crazy.
Shocking.
It's crazy. This was only a 5-day cruise and somehow, some way, don't know. Just don't know.
Yeah. So, anyways, just want to have a clear understanding. Every Friday we're gonna be doing this podcast, and then on Sundays will be the vlogs like usual. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Turn on your post notifications. Yes, and we are gonna get back into snack reviews, food reviews, things like that too. Actually,
I'm hectic.
Yeah, us starting off here, like just doing this little podcast thing. Obviously, we just because we like cruise news, we like travel news. I am going to be working segments into it because I do want to do kind of like a snack attack theme, and I want to talk about like new snacks that are going to be coming out because I get really excited.
Talk about some random stuff.
No,
we could talk about new snacks in different countries.
Well, it's because y'all, I'm so damn fat. I follow literally every snack page that you can imagine. Like,
no, I'm not much of a snacker unless I got high.
This fool is literally tripping. You're not much of a snacker.
I'm not much of a snacker.
You sound like you're on a 600-pound life.
Doctor,
now you're not a picky eater if you're 600 pounds. Then how'd you get so big?
Because I eat a lot of food in a sitting. I don't sit here and munch on chips like some people do 24/7.
Anyway, snacks don't mean just chips, fool. It's like cookies, pastries, like new things. Like at Starbucks right now, they have a new pineapple cloud cake. They have a new.
Those are drinks. They're not snacks. Okay.
Cloud cake.
Oh, you said cake.
A cloud cake.
I thought you was about to start talking about the drinks.
Yeah. No. Oh, by the way, they have new popping boba stuff at Starbucks.
I love when balls pop in my mouth.
Oh my god, Nate, this is literally this is a travel themed podcast, not after night podcast.
Oh, my bad. Save that one for later.
Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the news. Actually, the very first thing that I wanted to talk about, because we were just in Japan, is that the yen is at an all-time low right now, meaning that, say, for example, right now, 155 yen is only $1. So we actually just went to Japan, and let me tell y'all, we were like, oh my gosh, this was so nice. Everything was so cheap.
$1 for like a beer.
Less than that. We were drinking our little Sapporos over there, the Sapporo seltzers. Well, they're considered, I think, like a lemon sour, and y'all, they were only 67 cents
for ours. I don't know. To be fair, I wasn't expecting it to be that cheap over there. I really was not.
Extremely cheap.
I got over there, and a lot of my money went towards alcohol. So.
But that's not the case, though, all the time, because when I went in 2020, right before the pandemic became a thing, it was pretty much 100 yen equaled $1. So to me, I was like, oh, everything is the same price as in America. But now, for example, you're literally getting 50% more, 55% more, really, than you would over here in America. So say, for example, something that cost, $1 is literally going to cost you 55 cents over there. So
no, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's
especially
really, really nice.
Especially if you try to compare it to something like the pound.
Yeah. Also, while we're speaking about Japan, probably next month, I think the vlogs will start coming out for that. I want to throw this out there too. I want to know what America is doing wrong as far as theme park pricing, because why did we go to Tokyo Disneyland? We went to Tokyo Disney Sea and we went to Universal. The most expensive ticket I think was Universal, which was like $72, which
Yeah.
over here for a single day is like $120. So, and that's like off season. So I don't know what's going on over there in Japan, but
It's
we
because
need to
everything's
do
in
that.
LA.
What do you mean?
Like these theme parks, Disneyland, Universal, over here in LA, it's more expensive in California. Because even look at Florida. I feel like Florida's cheaper than,
I don't really think so. I think it's like expensive in Florida too. I think it's America in general. And I'm like, let's keep it real
yeah.
here. Tokyo is literally the most populated city in the entire world. So they're not over
And their
here
parks are
saying,
bigger.
my whole thing is too about this is everyone always says like, oh, Disneyland needs to like up the prices for crowd control, Everything's for crowd control, right? So they price people
That doesn't
out.
do anything.
And
They've tried doing that so many times. It doesn't do anything.
Exactly. Point
So-
A. Point B is look at Japan. How do you have in like Tokyo City alone? I want to say like, what is it, like 30 million people in Tokyo? I mean, obviously Tokyo is huge, but it's
Yeah.
like they're not over there price gouging people for crowd control. They still offer the tickets at the same price. So I'm not really getting
They're
it.
keeping things fair over there.
They're keeping things what?
Fair.
Oh, I was like, what do you?
Put on a little
Are you from the Great Gatsby or what?
Fair.
Anyways, in
Oh,
other
sport.
Japan news, y'all, this was a trip to me, but this does also make sense. That Kansai Airport, which actually we flew into, International Airport, that's what we flew into in Osaka.
Yeah.
Y'all, they are celebrating right now because they haven't lost one single piece of baggage in their whole 30 years of existence. So I do believe they opened up in 1994.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes, they
Go to
haven't
LAX,
lost
they lose at
one
least-
piece of baggage.
Yeah. Go to LAX, you lose probably about 30 plus bags a day.
And you know what I
Yeah.
want to say too is that speaking of LAX, they just throw them bags. They chuck them over there. They handle your
Oh,
stuff
they're
with
so
care.
kind. Yeah.
I'm
They
not-
have a worker by the conveyor belt that will take them out and like stack them in like,
Yes.
sizes and everything, so that way it doesn't keep like slamming against each other or clog up the damn
conveyor
machine.
belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they. I just want to say, y'all, if you guys have been to Japan, I mean, I don't want to say
We
that
love
this is
Japan.
not expected, but also like it's not too shocking of news only because the Japanese are just so well organized and so prim and proper and just really what's the word that I'm looking for? Organized. They're just straight up organized.
Yeah.
So good for
I mean,
them, and
we
shout
love
out
the
to the airport.
Japanese.
Hell yeah. Nate, go ahead and take our next little piece of news. Speaking of airports, y'all,
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out what the purpose
I
of this
mean,
was.
The best way I can describe it is like a Florida man scenario here. Like you know what I'm talking about with the Florida man?
No, I don't.
Have you never heard of like, oh, so supposedly there's this thing. If you guys know about it, let us know in the comments. But it's like you would Google like your birthday, right? And then it would be like on this day, a Florida man jumped in the swamp over there and wrestled an alligator, some crap like that, and then they call him a Florida man.
I've
Explains-
never heard of that.
Okay, I'm about to tell you guys what happened right now, but explains why he didn't know what I mean when I said, oh, Florida man scenario. But
When did you say that?
when you first told me about this.
Oh, I literally don't remember you even saying that.
Sorry, he just has a terrible memory apparently when it comes to me. So, according to
My research.
according to his research here, right? We're gonna go with snakes in pants. There was snakes found hidden, which is weird, and what appeared to be a sunglass pouch in someone's pants in the Miami airport. So that's why I say Florida man over there in Florida.
TSA found this.
Yeah. And then there was two little snakes, and they found that they were turned over to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Now, who the hell be snuggling? So who be smuggling?
Smuggling.
Yeah.
This full snuggles over here.
I hate snakes, but maybe I guess I'll snuggle one.
No,
but
and there were tiny little snakes too. You guys can see from the picture right here. I'm like, that's scary as hell. Like,
No,
why
but-
would you do that?
a Florida man would.
I
See,
don't
like
get it.
after this podcast, I'm going to show him exactly what I mean by Florida man. Then maybe he'll understand. But
No,
just
I
still-
don't want to understand.
no, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Also, I don't know what this guy's like whole point was. Like maybe he, I don't know. Like
Maybe it was
those are
his-
his little baby snakes. I don't.
Maybe it's just his service animal.
No, that's
Dude,
creepy.
Imagine if he got them on the plane though, and like they broke out.
And they, yes, exactly. It would
I-
literally be snakes on a plane.
That would be.
I'm tired of these goddamn snakes on this plane. I'm so sorry. That was the stupidest movie. Did you ever watch that?
No, I'm just laughing.
Oh, you never saw Snakes on a Plane with
Nope.
Samuel L. Jackson? Oh my God! one of the worst movies that I've ever seen in my life. Next up in plane news, like, damn, I can't go down this rabbit hole, honestly, because I'm just keeping it real. I'm just not that smart to be able to, like, follow all these pieces. If you guys are following along with
There's
Boeing news, it just seems to be
yeah,
one thing after another. So, I don't know if you guys have seen, but a Boeing 767 airplane crash landed in Istanbul after its front landing gear failed to deploy while descending onto the runway. Luckily, there was no injuries, and the cause of the gear failure is still unknown. They are looking into an investigation on it, but once
they just need
again,
to shut down Boeing for a second.
like, how
There's
many
too much crap going
Boeing
on.
situations are happening, and not to get down this whole conspiracy like theory rabbit hole here,
But
but another person, I want to say maybe about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago,
I don't even think
had
it was a week ago. I thought it was right
no, it
before we took
was
it. Oh yeah, it would have been a week ago. Yeah,
it's with
yeah.
I think it's well over a week ago. I want to say maybe 10 days to 2 weeks ago. Another Boeing person was found unalived. And I just am like, okay, clearly this is starting to look a little bit fishy here. If you guys don't know the whole thing,
Yeah.
obviously you guys can Google it. But just to give you a brief little summary of it, they're basically alleging that these people that have worked for Boeing are kind of like speaking out against this whole situation to where Boeing is using cheap products. They're like going the cheapest route possible to hurry up and push out these planes and sell them to the big airlines. And obviously these planes are now malfunctioning. Say for example, like the whole thing that happened to that flight where the door popped off, like a wheel popped off. Like there's just been so many things that are happening with Boeing planes. So this is a
And
little bit sketchy.
no, and then on top of all that too, they just announced that they're sending people to space. Boeing is.
Really?
Have you
Oh,
not?
no,
Have
I
you
haven't
not read
seen
that
that.
news? So
No.
Boeing, I guess, has came out like I've seen this all over TikTok. They're coming out with their own like little space shuttle, come almost like a
Virgin, how Virgin did?
no, not Virgin. I was gonna say along the lines of SpaceX, how they send like Jeff Bezos send them to outer space, like just to do a little yeah.
Oh.
So supposedly
Well, I think
Boeing.
Richard Branson was the first one to do that. He did that with Virgin. They sent out
Oh
this
well,
rocket thing into space.
yeah. So Boeing though actually is doing their own space shuttle
Sounds safe.
and sending anyone basically outer space. And I guess our first thing was just a couple days ago. Actually, when we were on the cruise, I saw it on like one of the TVs on
How
the
have
cruise.
I not seen that at all?
I mean, unless it was 100% fake news, but
I mean, it sounds legit though. If like Virgin, did that, Richard
yeah, and then like you
Branson
have
went
people
there.
like Elon Musk trying to do that type of stuff too, and then
How
some
come
other
Elon Musk hasn't done it?
because space is not real, the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
No,
Anyways, let's go, y'all. Letting you guys know we got a lot of cruise news. Okay, just so many things have popped off before getting into our story time of us throwing it down on the Carnival Firenze. Nate, go ahead and take the first cruise news right here because I think this pertains to
ooh,
you the most because it has to do with football. And if y'all know
I do love
me,
my football, but I just don't like this team. So
I
sorry to probably a majority of the watchers out there.
I don't like football. Period.
No, so coming up in March of 2025, there's gonna be a Raiders cruise.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't like the Raiders, so if I don't sound too enthusiastic about reading this, I wish
The
it was.
theme is really cool though. I
Yeah,
don't
no, it's
care like if
100%.
because you know what I think things like this like imagine they do a Dodgers cruise, a Lakers cruise, like
Yeah, that would be
things like
cool.
that. I think that's really cool. It's really on brand,
Yeah.
for this.
So with this, they're going to be taking over the Norwegian Bliss, and then they're going to be leaving from the port of Los Angeles on a 7-night Mexican Riviera cruise, and that the Raiders had announced this, which is kind of weird though too, because the
It's
Raiders,
actually on the Raiders website.
yeah, what I find just a little bit crazy too, because like the Raiders are now in Vegas, so
Yeah.
it's just a little different. It would have been
But
different
this
if
is
they
the
were
closest port to
yeah,
Vegas.
true,
So
but if it was LA Rams should take notes. All right, they should be doing something like this.
but I
But
think the thing is though, is I feel like Raiders fans go hard. Like Raiders fans are
yeah, for
like you're
sure.
gonna know that they're Raiders fans, so they're gonna ball out and pay for this cruise.
Yeah.
Did you give the
Well,
details as far as like how many
oh,
days and all that?
I'm still reading. Well,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
7-night, all right, Mexican Riviera, and then it's going to be completely football themed. That's going to have Raiders alumni and multiple events and activities, of course. So by Raiders alumni, they're going to have former players, maybe even current players, which would be kind of cool too. But I doubt it.
But it says alumni, so
Yeah, so I doubt it. I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll just have like one night special guest appearance.
no, not gonna happen.
All right, fine. Be pessimistic like
Well,
that.
it literally says alumni.
You would never know. They could have a special thing. And
Mm.
then on top of all that, the Raiders are partnering with the Seaside Events to bring the first ever fan cruise experience to the high seas, and it's going to be going on from March 23rd to March 30th of 2025. And then the Raiders fans and alumni will sail from Los Angeles to Cabo San Lucas, Ensenada, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. And then while all this is also going on, the planned activities for it is going to be activities that are fan alumni welcome aboard and farewell parties. There's going to be meet and greets, group dinners, a beach party called, and then there's going to be down memory lane highlights and presentations, autographs, photo ops, and then a bunch of other activities. So it's kind of cool because
Yeah. Oh, and
they're gonna
I
have like a
had
beach
read
party
too they're
too.
gonna be doing like Raiders trivia theme. Like all the themes on ship are obviously gonna
Well,
be
and
Raider
then
themed.
it's going to be kind of cool because I would assume the entire ship is going to be football decked out. It's going to be Raiders decked out.
You think so? You think they're gonna decorate it?
Well, just like for example, when they're like, oh, Christmas time, they decorate the entire ship, Christmas lights
Yeah,
or
but they reuse the Christmas decorations every year.
yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you never know. Especially if the
Yeah.
Raiders are the ones putting up for all this. I mean, think about it. It's probably going to cost a pretty penny to go on it.
So, hold on. Speaking of pricing, I literally had to pull up the actual website because I was like, I want to read more details about this, and I was like, what is going on here when it comes down to the pricing? Did I send you the link for that?
No, but I tell you what.
Yes, I did. Okay, I'm like
Well,
this
my,
fool.
my phone's been tripping ever since we got back from our trip.
Y'all,
So
so, just to reiterate what Nate had said, so this is basically what it says directly from the Raiders.com. It says Raiders Fan Cruise. It says 7 night, once again, all meals in casual/elegant dining, nightly entertainment and shows, 4 ports of calls, and then ship facilities and amenities. And then it says on here, okay, we're getting down into the full nitty gritty of the details. It says Raiders Fan Cruise experience unlimited open bar package, 1 per fan, 1 specialty dining night, ship-wide Wi-Fi, 1 device per fan. And the reason why I'm reading this all to you so that way you guys all know what it comes with, because we're gonna get into the price. 1 beach party with fans, alumni panels and presentations, Raider Fan Cruise gift bag, fan alumni autographs, group dinners between fans and alumni, fan alumni group photos, Raider Fan Cruise official shirt, Raiders trivia competitions, group sport deck activities. All taxes, fees, and gratuities are included in this. Now, for the cheapest one, okay, all that included, I do have to say it does kind of sound like a
if you're like
good amount
a
of stuff.
if yeah, well that and then also too like you get to meet players because it sounds like you're pretty much guaranteed on meeting alumni.
My whole
And
thing
then
is though is if I was going on this, I would want to know exactly who's going to be on there. Obviously, they leave it very vague because they don't want
it could
people
just
to be
be
like, "Oh, I don't want to go because I don't like this person." Which how I would be, I'd be like, "I only want to go because this person's going to be on that
yeah, like
cruise."
imagine if you guys are gonna go on the cruise and it's like out of all people they're gonna have like some punter from back in the '80s on the damn team.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like nah, I wouldn't want that.
y'all, the cheapest room, okay, the cheapest. This is an inside state room, and this is per person, $2,400. Okay, and this cruise, say for example, the 7 day cruise out of LA, you guys can hop on a Carnival cruise and pay around $400 for this. Just saying.
I feel like
On
you
off
still
season, on off season.
I feel like still though too if it was not this special theme and like you did the Norwegian Bliss or whatever, I feel like it would also be cheaper. I think it's just because
Because it's the theme.
yeah.
And I
But
think that they need to, they're paying these alumni members to go on there, and then they're
oh,
giving out a
100%.
shirt, a gift bag, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then also, I've never been on a Norwegian cruise before. It's our goal to go on a Norwegian cruise. But I don't know if they're like Virgin as far as like Wi-Fi is included, because for example, we just got off a Carnival ship, and y'all, the Wi-Fi for 5 days was $129.
I mean, from the sounds of that, I think it's included. But then again,
No, it
makes
is
sound like
included. That's what I'm
oh
saying.
yeah,
I'm saying in a standard Norwegian, I don't know if
gotcha.
it's included like Virgin. So I'm saying at least with this, they're tacking on all these other things like open bar, and then it has the, gift bag and shirt and all those other things, those other amenities, but still $2,400.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what,
It's a lot.
if it was a Houston Texans cruise, I'd be paying to go. I don't
Mm.
care. I'm diehard fan
Anyways,
here.
let's go ahead and move on, y'all. We have I'm gonna keep it with you guys. Some bad news. I'm all
Yeah.
the cruise news today, y'all, is that was probably the only positive thing.
But how would you consider that even positive? That was pretty expensive. Just saying.
Well, to people who like the Raiders, they would like that.
Oh, Raiders.
Y'all, the MSC I can't pronounce the damn name to save my life.
Merwar.
Meraviglia pulled up to a port in New York City with a 44-foot dead whale across its bow. Yes. And you know
What
what's
the
really
heck?
sad about this is it is not funny. I don't know why you're laughing, because the
I said what
whale
the
was identified as an endangered species. It's a sei whale. I don't know what sei whale is, but y'all, low-key kind of sad. Also, I almost wonder, okay, because I know a lot of people obviously would be triggered about this, because whenever I post cruise TikToks, people are like, "Oh, I hate cruising, blah 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 blah. It's so bad for the environment." I'm like, everything. First of all, everything's bad for the damn
Yeah.
environment. People, you know what I really like is people are on their cell phones complaining about what's bad for the environment. It's like you're on your cell phone. And
Yeah.
I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure that you're wearing, some leather shoes, and I'm pretty sure that you're sitting on a wooden couch, and I'm pretty sure you're right on paper that's made from trees. Like, you know what I mean? You have to look around you and realize everything. We use the resources of this earth. And yes, I do understand, obviously, things like this are sad, but also, I do want to point out there, we don't know if this whale may have already been,
Am
passed
I
away,
right?
because whales, to
Yeah.
my understanding, as soon as they're like like dead in the sea. They blow up so big that they float to the top of the
But that's how
ocean.
most of them wash up on shore and everything.
Yeah, and then some of them, like obviously other animals in the sea will eat it and whatnot. So it's like we don't even know if that whale was already
Yeah, he could have already
been
been gone. So
yeah, he could have been unalived.
yeah,
I can't believe like you have
that's
to
still
say
crazy though.
unalive things.
Yeah, you have to say unalive or exited this world.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's kind of crazy if you think
It's
about
kind of
it.
sad, low
Yeah.
key. And then, y'all, next up, this is crazy. Okay, this took place in Juneau, Alaska, on board a Norwegian cruise. A
Oh yeah.
crew member went berserk. Apparently, a lot of people were saying
Wait, it
that
was
this
crew?
man, yes, it was a
I
crew
could have
member.
I could have sworn when we were first talking about this, like I thought it was a
No, it was a
like
crew member,
guess.
and this fool, like, apparently he had barely got on his boat from Seattle. I guess it took off from Seattle to head over to Juneau, Alaska. So
Mm.
I don't know exactly how many days he had been on this, but I'm just gonna go and say maybe like 2 or 3 days he's been, working on this ship. He did dock. I mean, dock. He did get on board in Seattle. And while he was on the freaking boat, other crew member had saw him trying to deploy a lifeboat. So they're like, oh no. So they had to detain him. They put him down in the medical facility and they were like, okay, he's like having a little bit of a mental health breakdown right now. Like something's not right. While they
Damn.
had him there, in the medical facility, I guess he started acting really radical and went crazy, attacking a nurse on board. And y'all, he got away from the nurse and ran to the next medical station, took a pair of scissors, and stabbed a 75-year-old woman in the hand, arm, and face. Luckily, none of this was life threatening, and she, is fine. But this just shows you, like, what the hell.
What be going on
Also,
behind the scenes?
yeah, I think that he honestly, like, he had like a mental health break,
Yeah.
but he is now looking at 10 years in jail and a $250,000 fine for breaking maritime law. So this is
And no, that's
low key,
insane.
yes, like really, really crazy. And thank
So,
God it wasn't life threatening because honestly, when I first heard this news, I was like, she's 75 years old. Like, think about
yeah.
Nana. Like, literally, our Nana is 74 years old, and her y'all, the wind can cut her skin because it's just so thin and aging. And obviously this woman was already in the medical facility because something was wrong with her.
Oh, I
She
thought
wasn't feeling
she
well.
wasn't a nurse or anything like that. Oh,
No,
she was just
I
someone
said
there.
he broke away from the nurse and ran to
Oh,
the next
gotcha.
medical facility. She was a passenger on board. Do you think they got 75-year-olds working on the ship full?
You never
Have
know,
you
man.
ever seen that?
Behind the stage and below deck, maybe you never know.
Fool, if they can't be working up on the deck, you think they're working? What are they rowing the boat down below? Like,
They cleaning duty. Why not?
no. Anyways, yeah, but thank God though that nothing, life threatening happened to her, but that very well could have ended up
I just want to
bad.
like study him and see like what made him tick.
He obviously was going through something, and on top of that
But
too,
just
we've always said too, like, yo, we went on a Virgin cruise, and this is where I say, I'm like, it takes a lot of work to be a crew member on
oh,
a
100%.
ship, because there was this lady, and even my mom was like so sad, she literally wanted to cry. A woman had just had her baby when we went on our Virgin cruise
Oh
last
yeah.
year. Y'all, she said her baby was 1 month old, and then she had to, because she already had signed her contract to work for Virgin, and that she wasn't gonna see her baby for 6 months. She signed the 6 month contract and had to leave her baby at 1 month old. So I'm just like, damn, like, just imagine all these things.
It's
Like,
just
you
crazy.
have to leave your family, you have to leave, like, say for example, you
It's
have
like going
something.
into the military almost.
No,
Yeah.
literally. That's why I'm just kind of like, damn, like, you don't know how long you're going to be gone for. And obviously, they outsource to a lot of different countries. So these are a really good opportunity for people from those countries to make some good money. But you pay the big price of, being away from home
Yeah.
for so long.
That's why the only way I could see myself doing it is if I had literally no life, no friends, no family.
I couldn't do it at all. I like,
I just-
honestly, most of them.
They're hard workers. Like if you want to talk about hard workers, though, cruise ship people, hard workers.
Most of them that we
So-
talk to, they are working 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day. And I think that they only get like
think they-
half a day off or something like that.
Sometimes they get a full day off in like different ports. Like they'll be able to get
Yeah.
off the ship, but like they have to rotate that per cruise.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but hopefully he gets everything situated. But I just feel like now, obviously, he's at the point of no return because he's looking at 10 years in jail and a $250,000
I mean,
fine. Like, I couldn't
that's
pay
just-
that if my life depended on it. I'd be
No.
like, okay, but hopefully he gets that all situated. So we are gonna move on to
Well, at least two. I was gonna say at least he gets put in a American prison if anything. So
yeah. Well,
probably,
he's
probably
maybe
better
it's
than.
better than, well, he's from South Africa, so I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wait, South Africa's pretty nice."
True.
Well, I mean, I know it has some of its parts that are not,
But-
all that in a bag of chips. Let's go ahead and get into some lighthearted cruise news. Carnival celebrates its 30 years of selling out of New Orleans, so they had a little festival. Which, by the way, I want to go on a cruise out of New Orleans. I think that would be really fun.
Where does it even go? just like
I'm
down
sure
towards
the same places
Mexico.
down in Mexico,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, fun.
So they had this whole big celebration. They said that they are listening to their fans and they're gonna start doing year-round sellings from New Orleans. I guess because it's kind of like how I don't know if I had told you before that the Wonder of the Seas was going to be out of Galveston, but only
Yeah.
for like one selling.
Well, I mean, it's like why not leave that there? You already have like the Odyssey or
I
the
think they're
Oasis of the
eventually
Seas.
gonna look into it because I think now that they have Star of the Seas coming to Florida, and then they have
Already
Icon of the
Icon.
Seas, yeah. So
I
I
mean,
think
start moving the ships and leave them permanently in places you can leave them permanently at. You know.
yeah, and I think that a lot of people like cruising out of New Orleans now. So I think that Carnival is going to make it a year-round thing, so that way people can do it more often. Because apparently, and I didn't know this beforehand, that they only had limited time sellings from New Orleans. I thought it was like a year-round thing,
I
but
know.
apparently not. So they did celebrate with Emerald over there,
We love
y'all.
some emeralds,
Yeah, oh, yeah. If you guys ever go on
dude.
a
So
Carnival
good.
ship that offers emeralds, it is an upcharge, but their prices are
No,
so good. Like
and
the
at
po'
the end
boy,
of the
six
day,
dollars.
and at the end of the day, it's so worth it.
Yeah,
It's literally the best food place you can get on the ship, especially if you're gonna pay for something.
yeah. Well, and it's, once again, the pricing because
Yeah,
it's like literally $6 for a po' boy, like $8 for
right.
some jambalaya.
You can just
Like,
go gamble in the casino, maybe get it for free.
yeah, get some comps.
No,
Y'all, next up on the list of cruise news. Okay, so if you
it's
guys
just
did not
all
check
cruising
out,
today.
yeah, literally, I'm telling you,
Cruising for a bruising.
and we're literally not even halfway done with the cruise news, y'all.
Damn straight.
No, we're halfway done with it. Don't you worry, don't you worry. So if you guys did not check out last week, we talked about Virgin Voyages. They officially announced their Brilliant Lady that's going to be setting sail in 2025. Well, now actually they just updated this yesterday at the time of us filming this video that they officially opened up the bookings, and I wanted to talk about this because y'all know that we were excited about them coming out
They
of
still haven't came
LA.
up with the ship renderings either, though, have they? But they released the bookings.
They came out with pictures of it,
Oh,
but yeah, it's the same thing because it's hired by the same group that made the Valiant Lady, the Scarlet Lady, and the
I
Resilient
do wish they
Lady.
would added something a little different.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different theme, that's just pretty much it, but it's the same ship.
Ooh,
I specifically wanted to talk about only because we were excited about LA. You guys can head over to the Virgin Voyage website if you guys are curious about other mermaiden voyages of theirs to see the cost. But I specifically wanted to talk about the one out of LA. Because I'm like, Nate, maybe we
go
won't be going on it.
go figure. L.A. one of the most expensive ones.
No, well, and so is their I want to say their actual maiden voyage for the Brilliant Lady out of New York is the same cost for 5 nights. But don't quote me on that because I have pulled up right here just the Brilliant Lady LA Mermaiden. So this is from Los Angeles to Santa Barbara, then to San Diego, then Ensenada, and then back to LA. So once again, 5 nights. You are looking at $3,024.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, but who? Okay, definitely, I'm taking the Raiders cruise over that.
Like, come on. You know what
100%.
I mean? I'm like, okay, I get it. I know that a lot of like cruise lines, they kind of fish to see who's gonna pay to like go on, the inaugural ship selling and everything. And being that this is
Okay.
Virgin's first time coming out of LA, like maybe they will fish and be like, oh, somebody's gonna pay $3,000. But
No, there will be some people, but at the end of the day, by all means, go ahead, make your inaugural selling, expensive as shit. Don't care.
yeah.
But don't be making things expensive when it's not even going to be here for like a whole year after it's already been out and everything.
Well, I think that's what the cruise line is doing is that they're like, okay, we're only going to be there for about a month, so let's
Might as well
rack in the
try to get some
dough.
money. Yeah, no, that's stupid though.
But check this out. So that
I hate
is,
that.
as of right now, that's scheduled for Tuesday, April 7th of 2026. Okay, so there's a long time away. My whole thing about
No,
this is, once again, that is for a 5 night voyage. If you were to go on
dude.
April 12th of 2026, this is a 6 night cruise. This goes from Los Angeles to Cabo to Mazatlan and then back to LA. You're looking at $1,724. So a big jump there, and for one extra day on ship.
That
So
makes 0 sense. Why is it 2 grand cheaper? Like,
it's because it's the inaugural cruise, Nate. They're always more expensive. Like they always want to get more people to pay a little bit more. You know what I mean? And then they also do have a 7 night one, which is Hollywood Sunsets, which is it's LA to Cabo to Mazatlan to Puerto Vallarta back to LA, and you're looking at $2,114 on that one, and that's setting sail Sunday, April 26th of 2026. And by the way,
well,
these are all interior rooms, just letting you guys know. When I say
oh,
starting at, they're interior rooms.
well, you know what? We had an interior room, wasn't all that bad. I would pay the 1,600 honestly. I'm sorry, I just like Virgin that much. Where if I had the money, I would pay the 16. I won't pay 3 grand, but I'll pay 1,600 for it for
I don't
sure.
think I would pay 1,600 after paying 1,600 to go on a 10 night trip to Japan. That
Well, when you put
included
it like
round. Yeah,
that,
that's what I'm saying.
so
That included round trip airfare direct, and that included 10 nights in a hotel. I'm like,
well,
no, I
maybe
would not pay
let's
$1,600
go on, Carnival, gamble a little bit. Maybe we can get something for my comps. Yeah,
from your comp.
yeah, my comp.
Y'all, by the way, if you guys don't know anything about your comp, shout out to them. Like this whole thing, basically what it is, if you guys are gamblers out there, I'm sure you guys know about your comp. They link all of your cruise offers to all like land-based casinos, and you upload your offers and they match your offers with different cruise lines. So that's actually how
That's
we got on our first Virgin Voyage cruise for free. We literally didn't pay
yeah.
anything. So
It helps a lot. Or even too, like they'll send you, say for example, the cruise will be like 1,600, but then they'll give you a deal for like 500 or whatever,
yeah,
something like that. It's not necessarily always free, but like
it
that
depends
can
upon how
help.
much you gamble
Yeah,
and what your offers
it can be
are.
super beneficial.
Also, I did want to throw this in there too, only because I thought this was hilarious. So, at the time of us filming this, they sent out a email, and on this email, it said, I'm not gonna read the full email, but basically at the end of it, I thought this was funny because after going over the prices, it says, "But seriously, don't wait because these prices will never be this low again. This inventory is limited, and they're selling fast." And I just want to
I
say
smell cap.
how funny, right?
I
I'm like,
smell cap.
how funny that you're literally over here saying never be this low again. Like that's insanely priced.
No, 3 grand is yeah. Isn't that
Yep.
wait? Was that more than the Icon's inaugural selling?
Yeah. You could have got on the inaugural selling of the Icon of the Seas for around $1,400.
Yo, yeah, I
Yeah.
would much rather have that.
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, Virgin is a little bit more luxurious and comes with more
I
amenities.
still rather
Like,
go on the world's largest cruise ship though.
absolutely, me too. And I'll eat in the main dining hall every day. I don't care.
Yep,
Like, I'm good. But we do like that Virgin. You could eat inside every restaurant, and it's like they do have upcharge
it's pretty much
options.
all complimentary
But
for the
yeah,
most
it's
part.
pretty much all complimentary. Okay, taking back a little bit of a turn here to some not so positive cruise news. Y'all, a Royal Caribbean's employee was arrested, and I can't even say what he was arrested for because it has to do with child p word. Y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this right here. It says
What
Zin.
is up with all these workers right now?
I don't know, y'all. Like,
Something's in the air on these damn ships, I guess.
and I don't know if you guys had saw like about a month ago, and Uncle John had sent this to us too. There was somebody that was arrested, and I don't remember the cruise line, so I don't want to say it. But I could have sworn it was the same cruise line. Anyways, this man was arrested because apparently he put hidden cameras in the staterooms. I was like, oh my god. I
I
can't
just
pronounce this man's name. His name, I'm just gonna call him Zin. His first name's Zin. I can't pronounce the rest. 36 of Myanmar was allegedly found with 2 videos on his phone during a search, according to the complaint, which was provided by the sheriff's office on Monday. One was in a hidden folder, and another was in an application called Browser. One video depicts a child between the ages of 10 and 12 acting in a blank manner, can't say the word, and a second depicts a child between 12 and 14 removing their clothes. Yeah, so he is being charged right now, and
dude,
yeah,
just what?
I know. I'm
What the
like,
heck? What the
that's
hell? Oh yeah, no.
you know what? I always say this too. It's so crazy. We took my nana on a cruise before, and me and my nana were just so like baffled at. We went back to our room one night because we were in the casino late. We went back to our room around 2:30 in the morning after stopping to get some pizza, and we saw all types of kids running in the hallway. Like we're like, where's their parents?
Well,
Like
I mean,
they're
when you go on a cruise, parents are like they just let their kids go crazy.
yes,
Like they
and
just let them all go.
I told my homegirl actually just went on her very first cruise, and I said, "Watch, you're gonna see a whole bunch of kids running throughout the ship." I was like, "Hopefully, you watch your kids because I understand. Yes, it is a safe space, and honestly, like people are really trusting on cruises. People will leave their things in the hallway. You'll see people's like luggages and bags, and people are really good on there. But you still never know that there's these type of people." On a cruise ship, so I wouldn't trust it too much. I would say watch your kids
It's
because obviously you
yeah,
never
it's one
know.
thing to leave your personal items, but I wouldn't leave
I wouldn't even leave my
family.
personal items, but I'm sketched out. This fool knows every time we go on a cruise, I feel like
Oh
he
yeah,
low key be getting irritated with me because I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm like this in Vegas. I'm like this. I was like this in Japan too.
true.
Unless I need my room cleaned, I don't like them to come in. Period. Because I have my things everywhere. I'm a very messy person, and like I have all my like makeup scattered out, and then I
Yeah,
have
he won't
all
realize
my
something's missing until probably a week later.
well, and then I have all my filming equipment, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I just don't like. I'm not saying obviously that
It's going to happen, or that they
yeah,
do
you
do
just
it.
never
Yeah,
know. So I
you
just
might just get that one,
and on
room
top of that
steward.
too, I feel like when it comes down to the bathroom and everything, like I keep the bathroom clean. I keep everything organized in the bathroom and stuff like that. And like I don't need my bed made every day. Like
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
just
trash box, so I don't really care.
the whole point of them coming in and cleaning your room in on Carnival is just so you can get a little towel animal.
They do that
That's
on
about it.
every, not just on Carnival. Full.
Do they?
Yes, on
I feel like I've only ever seen it really on Carnival.
no, they did it on Royal Caribbean too. I have the videos of all of that.
Me no remember.
And then next up, Utopia of the Seas, y'all. They set sail for 5 days for their sea trials. And if all goes well, they'll be headed to Port Canaveral in July for their maiden voyage. And I'm
Just,
so sad about this. I want to go on it so bad.
I just don't get why Florida gets all the good crap.
It's because obviously
So
it's
nice.
well, then they have way better destinations to go to. They have, Royal Caribbean's private island over there. I believe it's called Coco Cay. I always get the
Yeah.
K's confused because I think that Disney's is something K too.
I don't know what Disney
I'll
is,
never go on a
but
Disney
it's
cruise in my
definitely
life,
Coco.
so I'm like, eh. But this Utopia of the Seas, y'all, in case you guys have not seen it, it's basically the same class as Wonder of the Seas, and it's so crazy that these are only going to be setting sail for 3 and 4 day cruises, and it's a massive ship. But they're going
Feels
to be
pretty
having
pointless.
the first, huh?
It feels pretty pointless. Like to be this massive ship, only go for 3-4 days.
Well, I think because they want to offer this opportunity to people for a cheaper price to go on a mega ship, and like basically the vacation is the ship. Do you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
really necessarily to take you to so many destinations.
Well, when
It's
you're on a
to
ship like that or Icon, I feel like I would never want to get off, honestly.
yeah. So this ship, though, I first of all, I want to say like as of right now, of course, obviously their inaugural selling is pretty pricey, but after that, I want to say maybe about a month later, you can pay around $400 for a 3 night selling, which it's a little bit pricey, but not too bad. I actually kind of want to do it. I think that we are gonna get on it next year because we are making plans to go to Epic Universe, and we were like, oh, let's go to Epic Universe, and then let's go
While
and
we're
hop
there,
on the
just
Utopia.
take a one-way car rental.
Yep, exactly. But
That
y'all,
could
I'm
be
kind of
fun.
excited for that shit because they're coming up with the first themed restaurant to where it's gonna be like you're on a train. It's kind of like the Harry Potter train ride between what's the name of the lands over there in
Uh,
Universal?
Islands
Islands of
Adventure,
Adventure
and
and
then
then
just regular
Universal
Universal. Yeah.
Studios. Yeah. So if you guys have ever taken the train before, it makes you like think that you're like going through like London and the what are they called? Death
The
Eaters?
Well, the Death Eaters come up out of nowhere and then board the train, and then you end up basically at Hogwarts, or you end up in London,
Yeah.
and you go through
So
like the England plains and fields and all that type of stuff. So it's
this is
pretty cool.
not Harry Potter themed at all, obviously, but it's meant to
I
be
would
like
love
you're
it
on
if
a
so.
train. That would be really cool if it was Harry. Imagine if Universal came out with their own cruise line. They should do
Okay,
that.
Universal would be like a sick cruise line, though. Honestly,
Yes, I feel like they should do it to compete with Disney, like, and then it would be a little because I feel like Disney is so like kid oriented. Like this could be like teens and adults, kind of like
I
Universal.
feel like Universal would try to do like a carnival thing, and they would definitely try to add like a little roller coaster on their ship.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Disney should. Like, why don't you have
Yeah,
a little
out of all
roller
people.
coaster?
Imagine if Disney put like a castle on their ship, though. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Okay, last up on the list of the cruise news, y'all. This was
There's a
kind of
lot of
funny.
it's just all cruise.
Well, Nate, that's literally what we do the most, Nate. Out of all the vacations that we go on, we cruise
we
the
do be
most.
cruising.
So y'all, this is going to be taking place in 2025. A lot of things popping off in 2025 in the cruise world,
Oh,
y'all.
I think I know what you're talking about.
They are going to be having a nude cruise. This is what it says. Cruise ship passengers can bear all on the big nude boat, which will set sail from Florida on a 10-day voyage to the Caribbean in 2025. Bare Necessities Tour and Travel is taking over the Norwegian Pearl from February 3rd to February 14th. Nude passengers will visit the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, St. Martin, Dominica, Martinique, and St. Lucia. While there will be clothes-free experiences throughout the trip, proper nudist etiquette and other rules for passengers must be followed, such as wearing clothes inside dining rooms. I am so
I'm good.
sorry, but you got me so far effed up.
No, dude, imagine if like you're docked down there in the Bahamas, and then like you're on the Virgin ship or whatever, and you look over to your left and you see that, and you're like, why are they
Yeah,
all naked? Like, no,
yeah. I honestly didn't
I
know. I don't maybe because we live in LA, I didn't even think that the nudist culture was that popular to where they would go on a 10-day cruise and have like a full
I mean
thing
taking
of
over a
it.
whole ship for
A whole
like
Norwegian
yeah.
ship. Like, oh my God. I mean, I've never been on, the Norwegian ship, period, but the Pearl, I don't know the
Nor-
size of it, but I'm like,
Norwegian at the end of the day though is still pretty nice.
and you know what? I'm really surprised that
It's
because,
just
in my opinion, from an outsider looking into Norwegian, I view Norwegian as a little bit more of a classy type of brand. Like, I've watched so many
yeah, they
Norwegian cruise videos before, and I'm like, they seem classy. I'm surprised that, like, Carnival is not
yeah.
doing this. So it's a little bit funny to see. But if you
It's
guys
just
are.
Yeah.
into walking around nude on a cruise ship, hey, you may want to set sail on this.
Talk about the ultimate swingers cruise, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. Oh, also speaking of swingers, I thought this was so funny. Oh my gosh, I saw this viral TikTok about somebody was videotaping like all the upside down pineapples on
Oh yeah.
a cruise ship, and y'all people in the comments were like going crazy at them, like, oh my god, just let them be. Clearly, you have a boring life, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you guys have to
You.
understand that, like, to people who are into traditional, monogamy and things like that, this is kind of like a whole different world. And I
Yeah.
myself, I find it to be entertaining too. Like whenever we would see an upside down pineapple, we just laugh about it. Like it's just kind of funny.
I
It's
mean,
kind of like at the end of the day, people can do whatever the hell they want to do. No
no,
one
yeah, and then
cares. It's your
plus
life.
when you're doing that too, like they obviously ask for like the attention. Like
Yeah,
they
you're
kind of want
putting the
some.
pineapple publicly on the
Number
outside of your
one,
door.
number two is like you're asking for someone to come knock on your door and be like, "Hey, you free later?" Like, come on. So
Exactly. So I'm just kind of like, if
it
you,
is what it is.
yes, and on top of that too, if you guys are not into the cruising world and you've heard about this upside down pineapple thing, when you go on your first cruise and you see it, of course you're like, oh my god, it really is real.
Yeah.
It's just something, And I don't think that
And
people who are into that are offended by that. I don't see why so many people were going off on people in the
yeah,
comments, like.
I feel like that's just like normal for them. So it's just kind of like for them, it's like yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think they care.
It
Anyways,
is what
let's
it
go ahead
is.
and get into our story time of the Carnival Firenze. Once again, we will have a vlog. Well, we'll have plenty of vlogs coming soon, so you guys can look forward to that. But we did want to share
Yes.
little bit of a story time because we didn't really share it within any of our vlogs. Actually, we didn't mention it at all
I
in
don't.
our
Yeah, come to
vlogs.
come to think of it,
Let's go ahead and
no.
start off though. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys through a trip here. Okay, we
Eh,
boarded the ship. We did mention this on our vlog.
Yeah, it all started when we got on the ship.
Literally, I wanted, and I noticed this right away. We were headed down to our stateroom, in the slums, as we normally are. Me and Nate are in
Per
the
usual.
lowest deck.
Hey, lowest deck, interior room. Ship goes down. We're going down with it.
But you know what? At least we only had to pay taxes on it, so I don't care.
And
Like,
I'm saying this interior room was a pretty nice interior room.
yes, the
It
interior
was.
room on the Firenze was really nice. You guys will see that on Sunday's video. Keep an eye out. But I told Nate right away as we're walking down the hallway. Okay, and my mom did because she's platinum. She got this paper stating that the platinum amenities are not going to be available for the inaugural season on the Firenze, being that there are so many platinum and diamond guests booked for this specific ship. And I do understand because it's been a hot minute since Carnival has brought a new ship to LA. So I totally get it, right? But people on this, as we're walking down to our room, there was
Dude,
this girl right across from us. Where's my diamond card? I can't find my diamond card. Another person in the hallway. Where's my platinum card? I can't find my platinum card.
they're just
Everyone,
trying to flex the status, but
yes,
at the same time, it's like look around. Everyone's a platinum.
yes,
Everyone's a
everyone's a
diamond.
platinum, everyone's diamond.
You're
And on
not
top of that,
cool.
too, last I checked, we're neighbors.
Yeah,
So I
like
was just kind
you're
of like,
obviously not that much better because you also have a damn interior room. All right.
Exactly. And we just kept on noticing right away that everyone was about their diamond card,
Everyone.
their platinum card, like flaunting their
Yeah.
status. And I was just like, oh my
A lot of
God.
people had no class.
Yes, I just was kind of
Like
like, okay, this is a bit much, but obviously, I don't know. I guess people really feel a sense of entitlement because they've worked so hard to get to diamond status, which obviously it does take a lot of work. But that leads
I
me
mean,
into the whole segment of entitlements because after we dropped our stuff off in our room, we headed up to Tomodoro, which is their version of Blue Iguana. But basically, on some days, they do serve Italian food there. So it'll be like Mexican and then Italian, different little things there. We headed up there, and y'all, there was this lady, and I'm telling you, we'll get into even more stories, of people being so entitled on this ship. There was this lady who, if you guys know Blue Iguana, it's like this on every carnival ship that we have been on. Blue Iguana has a side to the left, it's for tacos. It has a side to the right. Obviously, could be switched either which way, but nonetheless, separate for tacos, separate for burritos, okay? And this lady was getting her burrito made, and then she said, and can I get a taco too? And the guy had told her, the worker, and he was being so sweet. He tells her, oh, this line over there is for tacos. And she even peeks over, and then she's like, oh, okay. And then he finishes her burrito, and then she says, and can I get one shrimp taco? And the guy
well,
dead
she
ass,
said, "Where's my taco?"
no, she said,
I could
can
have
I get,
swore.
yeah, she said it again, can I get a shrimp taco? That's why the guy stared. He's like, I just told you that they're over there.
Yeah,
He was dumbfounded. But he was like, whatever. There was only maybe about four people behind us. We were
yeah.
next in line after her. So it wasn't that busy. So he is nice, and he walked over to go and get her a little taco because she wanted shrimp or whatever. And he warms up her tortilla. He makes her taco. And then he's like, like
Ugh.
any toppings or whatever. And then he hands it to her. And she's like, what is this? And when I say in that tone, I mean
She
in
was,
that tone. She was like,
yeah.
she looks at it, what is this? And then he's like, your taco? And she's like, I said burrito. And she snapped on him. And he's like, and I'm so sorry. Like, normally I don't get involved. Like, I keep my mouth shut. I don't butt into people's
But
business.
the guy too was super sweet. I feel like that's why you got pretty much more involved.
Yes. And I said it politely to her. I was like, oh, I was like, ma'am, you did say taco. She snatches this taco so hard she almost drops her burrito and she says, you know what, whatever, and runs away. I was like, oh my God, after you specifically asked for a taco, you even peeked over and you turned back around and said taco again after it. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
girl, like there was no need. And the way she looked at me, if looks could kill, I
She
would be dead.
yeah.
Like
She wanted to take that butter knife and put it right in his
yes,
throat.
literally, because I was
Uh,
just like, y'all, I never ever. You can ask anyone in my family. I don't butt in if people are arguing. I'm like, no, not paying attention to it. Whatever,
but she's being so rude, so uptight for
so
like no reason.
rude. And the guy was so like nice. So as soon as she snatched her
Yeah.
stuff away, I was like, she did say taco. He's like, I know. I was like,
Yeah.
and even Nate had told the lady too, because as soon as I had said it, Nate was like, yeah, you did say taco. I'm like, you have three people right here telling you that you said taco, and the fact that she acted the way that she acted,
And like
like,
she just stayed standing there too for a minute, kind of just staring at all of us. And and then like even in front of her too, I told the guys, like, don't worry about it. Like you heard right. Like you heard taco.
my whole thing is if you in fact did want a burrito, how come you just simply couldn't say, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I meant to say burrito. Can I get a shrimp burrito?" And then, but the
She
way
was just trying to.
she snatched it like this, and then
Yeah.
I was like,
She's trying to scam the system. Maybe I don't know what it was.
I thought she was at first too because she didn't want to wait in the taco line, but then come to find
Yeah.
out she actually did want a shrimp burrito. So I'm like, why
Yeah.
didn't you just order another shrimp burrito?
Maybe she just had Alzheimer's or something.
No,
Mm.
Nate. No, clearly she was all there, but damn, she got so snippy. But then also, what we noticed on this ship too is oh my gosh,
Everyone was complaining.
everyone was complaining. We go
Oh.
to the elevators, y'all, and okay, look, obviously on what's it called, on boarding day. Things are hectic, okay? You have all the crew members bringing up all the luggage to the staterooms and everything. There are so many people bitching and complaining. Oh
Yeah.
my God, these elevators, they're just ridiculous. They're going off. There was somebody at the elevator talking about, I have diamond status. I need to get on the elevator. And I'm like, what does that have to do? Is there a
Disney.
private diamond elevator? I
Yeah,
don't
there's an elevator in the
understand.
back for us. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
I'm just like, I don't know. It was a bit much
It,
with the people and their entitlement.
they just kept complaining about everything, about from the lack of service to how slow everything was going. But also too, I mean, like I do agree. I mean, yeah,
The service, yeah, the service was
things were a little bit slow, but at the same time, I cut a lot of slack because it's barely their
their
second
second
sailing.
selling.
And it's kind of funny too because we actually saw a lot of the same workers and bartenders that we've seen on other cruise ships
On the
and
Mardi Gras and
comedians.
celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they pull different people to try to help speed things up and training and everything. But I mean, I cut a lot of slack because I'm like, dude, it's barely a second selling, you know?
Yeah, because we were in the main dining. Was it for brunch? I think it was brunch or dinner. There was someone like going off like about how long it was taking. And
Dinner.
look, I'm gonna keep it with you guys. You guys will see in our vlogs too that we did mention that the service was slow because obviously when we do these vlogs, we're giving like honest reviews and honest thoughts of things that are happening. But in no way, shape, or form were we complaining to staff. We didn't call customer service. We didn't make any types of complaints because clearly they're getting familiarized with everything on this boat, and it is gonna take a while. And you're working with whole new crew members. You know, if you guys have been to the main dining halls
It takes a minute to click and all.
Yes,
Get
and
the chemistry going.
You have to work with like three different people and say, oh, this table needs this table needs this for like it obviously takes a lot of work. And I couldn't believe just how many people were going off and so rude.
Everyone.
So rude. I was just like, damn.
And I'm like, and then also too, like I feel like they're making like the workers feel bad because like I would see like the look on some of their faces, especially if you're at the bar and like for example, there was this one old white lady that was complaining to them about why is it taking so long to make my drink? All I asked for was this or that or whatever, and then like the worker just like would look stressed, and normally they don't look stressed and they don't look sad to me, but then, like they look miserable. And
I
I'm
think
like,
what
damn.
it is because being that this was only their second selling, it was supposed to be their inaugural selling, but it was their second one. And I think what it is they had so many entitled people on board, being that they had so many diamond and platinum members. So these people obviously already feel like, no, I get X, Y, and Z amenities and I want that. But then if you've worked your way up to diamond and platinum, then you should be more understanding of the fact of this is only their second selling and it's going to take them a while to get, you know, acclimated.
Damn first thing anyways.
Yeah.
But just people on that ship were itches.
Yeah, they sure were. But you know what? A little bit of a spoiler alert. Obviously, you guys will see within our vlogs. We really liked the ship.
Oh,
the
super,
ship
super
was
cool.
really, really cool. I love the theming. It was really nice.
If I'm doing any Carnival cruise out of Long Beach.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to that ship's crew. All the other
Well,
ones,
we
to be
still haven't
honest.
been on the Panorama, and a lot of our family members like Panorama.
Still, I'd still really go on this.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into our story time, y'all, of how we
Of
almost
part
threw
2.
it down. Of what?
I said part 2 of story time.
Oh, whatever. Y'all, we went to the comedy show, okay? I want to say this was on maybe the 4th night.
We saw Pussy Cruise 2.
Oh, yeah. If you guys have been on any Carnival cruise, you guys know Percy Cruise 2. It literally sounded like you said the P word, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes. How are you going to get us banned from YouTube? You need to emphasize the Percy.
I was just saying it like him, man. Jeez. He's funny, though.
We have seen him before on the Mardi Gras, on the celebration, and now on this. We've seen him on every one.
He is funny.
He is really, really funny. He puts on a good show. My dad has to see him for even the PG shows. My dad goes to the
PG shows were hilarious. Like, you should have been there.
I did go to the PG show. Don't you remember the girls? Yes, I did. Don't you remember? You can ask Mom. The girls next to us were complaining like, oh my God, this is the PG show to the right-hand side. And I was like, oh, they seem like they'd be friends with Andy. Because they were complaining the whole time about, it was the PG show. How much do you want? Let's bet on it right now. Y'all can see it on here and we'll update you guys next week. Let's bet 100 on it.
20.
Let's bet 100.
I don't have 100. I'm broke.
I'm broke too. But...
Okay, so $20. You were not there at the PG show because I remember vividly telling you and Mom what was happening at the PG show.
Okay, you guys.
When he started making fun of the kids, you weren't there. Go ahead.
Yes.
We'll talk to Dad.
Yes. No, we're gonna talk to Mom because Mom was specifically. She was like, "Damn, what a bunch of Karens!" Because they kept on saying, "This is PG." Oh my God. They over and over again. So, anyways, we'll update you guys next week about that. So we went to Percy Cruise, pretty much like almost show. Him and my dad probably went to like every single one. Me and my mom not so much, but we did decide to go to one on like day 4. For the nighttime show, okay? Which was, ironically enough, after the PG show because we sat in the same exact section, okay? So we're sitting up against the wall, and I can't believe, once again, just people, and they can't read a room. They can't...
I'll just say timeout, actually. I do remember now. He did go to the second PG show. He didn't go to the first one. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, look at him. You guys saw a shake on this? And that's... I
was talking about the first PG show. I was talking about the first PG show that he.
No. You said the PG show, and I said we went to a PG show. Well, he did like multiple. He did like 4 PG shows. What are you talking about?
There's only 2 that we went to. But
yeah, but I'm saying the other day before.
Okay, well, anyways.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, first PG show. Okay.
I want my $100. Y'all better make sure I get it.
We said 20.
No, I said 100 only because I was that. 20. I would have put 1,000 on it because I'm that sure of it. Anyways, so I just don't understand people, and I mean this around the world. I don't mean this in just the cruise space. I mean on airplanes, trains, like just anywhere. The sense of entitlement and the inability to read a room. There was a group that was sitting right in front of us, okay? And it was a packed show, but there was still several seats, okay? So there was one couple to the right and then a couple on the left-hand side. But at first, it was just a couple and a girl. So we thought there was just 3 of them. The show had already started, and then the boyfriend of the girl on the left-hand side, who was directly in front of me and my mom, came and stood up next to her. So I'm like, first of all, there's seats all over. There was like 4 seats actually right in front of us. So
and there's also a pillar that he could have stood in front of.
Exactly. There was a pillar that
blocked anyone's view.
He wouldn't have blocked any view because obviously the pillar was already blocking a view, right? So he's standing up and my mom goes, excuse me. Like he didn't hear her the first couple times. And then she was like a little bit louder. She's like, excuse me. She's like, oh. And then very friendly, the guy goes, he's like, oh, sorry. I didn't realize that I was blocking you guys. He goes to sit down on the stools because, like, y'all, we're picture like this. This is the couch. We're sitting up against the couch right here.
And some bar stools.
And there's bar stools right in front of, well, a table and then a bar stool right in front of us, right? And he goes to sit down and he was super chill, super nice, apologetic, like, oh,
the guy at all.
Yeah, he didn't realize. She, the girlfriend, turns around to him and she says, no, get back over here. This man jumped. I was like, what goes on behind closed doors? Because this man looked terrified of her, first of all. I was like, why did he look so scared? Like, y'all, he jumped up out of his seat and went and he wrapped his arms around her and hugged her. I was like, whoa.
I could have sworn she said, don't be listening to them too or something like that.
She was going off. She just kept on yapping. And then so my mom, of course, was like, what the hell? Like, that's so rude. You know, like my mom was making her comments, obviously, during the show. And I have to say, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to let this affect me. I was like, I had my 2 little vodka sodas and I was like, you know what, whatever. I could still hear, even though this fool was clearly blocking it. Yeah. I just don't understand because I want to say, and you know what? Oh, I regret not telling this girl is how would you have felt if you're sitting down and I went and stood right in front of you? right in
like,
front of you.
I
You would have
wanted to
been
do that.
mad.
I wanted to do that too because of the mere fact too. At one point, the guy though says like, "Oh, I didn't realize I was that tall." And
Yeah,
then, and then,
well, he said it over and over again. He was like,
yeah,
"Oh, apparently I'm too tall. Apparently I'm too tall." And me and Nate tower over him.
yeah. I stood
Like
up and I'm like,
he
okay.
he was honestly like I would say like average height like 5'9", 5'10", and I'm like,
I
okay,
give him 6 foot.
we're like 6. I'm like 6'2". He's like
I'm
6'4".
6'4".
Yeah, I'm like okay,
Yeah.
come on, you know what I mean? So after the show, whatever, my mom let it go, I let it go. The show's about to end, and there's a lady who we kept on seeing her over and over again in the casino. She was hilarious.
Oh, we love her.
Yes, she came to
She's
sit down in the seat. I guess apparently she was sitting next to us or she heard the commotion. I don't know. And then she's like, verbatim, what the fuck? They're so fucking rude. Like, what you could see that you could sit down right here. And then she said it all types of loud. And my mom's like, I know, exactly. And she's like, I like how the lady literally pointed out, I'm white and I could even tell that this is rude. And she said it so that way they could hear.
Well, then I guess also too, she heard the girl call him back, and then she called him like a the P word.
Who?
The white girl.
The white girl.
The white girl
Yes.
called him
The lady that was sitting here like low key defending us, she even said, she was like, and I'm sorry, but he's a P word because
Yeah.
he should have known that what you're doing is wrong. Because at first he did apologize.
Like he didn't listen to his girl instead.
Yes, and still went back to standing up, right?
But she was funny, and then she's like, "Anyways, I'm not going to stay here any much longer." And then got up and
Well, the show ended literally 2 minutes after. She
Yeah.
knew it was about to end because of the timing of it. So, anyways, as we're walking out, we're there with like my sister, her husband, my dad, my brother, obviously, and then my mom, right? So I'm the last one of the bunch, and I hear her talking shit about my mom. Like, oh, this fucking bitch wouldn't shut the fuck up the whole time. Like, whatever, like all this. So I turned around and I said, what? And I was like, girl, you literally had your man block us. Her sister got in my face, literally got in my face. And she's like, keep it pushing, keep it pushing. We're not talking about you. I said, you're talking about my mom. I heard her, first of all. And I was like, and you guys were in the wrong. And I literally told her, I was like, imagine if we sat in front of you like that. And the girl, I don't know if you guys had even heard this. She's like, just move on, whatever you are. She literally told me, she said, whatever you are.
No, because at that point, I heard him start to argue, and I stopped. So I was like, within a couple.
They all grabbed my mom back
Yeah.
because my mom is, okay, my mom grew up in the project. She grew up in the hood. She has the hood mentality where it's like, my mom will throw it down. Like, dead ass, I'm not exaggerating.
She'll be in her 70s, and she'll still try to fight someone.
Yes, my mom
100%.
is like 51 years old, and she will still throw it down. And she was, she was going to go, obviously, to talk shit to them because, first of all, we all let it go, even though they were 100% in the wrong. Like, we let it go. We didn't talk shit. As soon as we walked outside, we
just
let it
walked
be.
and minded our own business.
Exactly. But I heard her, obviously, and then it turned into this big old commotion. And there was a kid, apparently, that was, and I say kid because he was like 18. Well, he's close to your age.
Yeah.
He was like 18 years old, I guess, apparently. And he started recording the whole damn thing because it turned into this whole big old commotion, obviously.
Yeah. Well, because we ended up blocking, a little bit of traffic.
Yeah.
Because they were blocking one side and we were blocking the other side.
Yeah, well, and then the girl, she was the girl who was rude, who demanded that her man come back and stand up, was being so like aggressive, yapping her mouth that I was like, girl, like I literally. But you know what's really crazy? I don't even get crazy in the fact of like I'm not gonna sit there and be like F you stupid blah 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 blah. I was just stating facts of like you guys were rude, you guys were the ones blocking us. Like I was pointing out all the reasoning as to why you guys were in the wrong. And then I just thought it was really funny that she's gonna look at me, and mind you, I'm basically dressed the same way I was dressed there. And then she's like, just move on, whatever you are. And I was like, first of all, I didn't even know what she meant by that. Like, are you trying to say that I look like a boy and a girl, or like what did you?
Definitely not.
What did you even?
I wouldn't even understand what you meant by that.
I know. I was like, okay, if I had like full makeup done, like eyeshadow and everything, then I'm like, okay, then I could get the joke. But I was like, I literally, how I look right now is how I look there, and I was like, what does she mean by like whatever you are? I think that she wanted to call me gay, but she didn't want to offend me.
Like say it out loud.
Yeah, like she probably wanted to call me the F slur, which by the way wouldn't bother me no how. I would have laughed about the shit. I think that she wanted to, but she was trying to like hold back. So she said, whatever you are.
Her and her sister were definitely like two sheets of the wind kind of.
Yeah, the sister though, my mom ended up popping off obviously because my mom was heated because my brother and my dad were holding my mom back. Well, it's me against 4 people.
Well, because he initially started talking, and then I'm like, I stood it. I'm not going to sit there and talk crap either, just because it's going to look like, oh, yeah, what he said. That's why I didn't talk shit. But then, so I was standing next to him. I see my dad went to hold back my mom.
Because my mom went to go, like, charge.
Yeah, she's like a, freaking hippo running at your ass. So she started charging, got past my dad, and I said, oh, hell no, because my mom, she won't lay hands on you at all. but
She'll
she'll
let
get
you.
in your
Let you. Oh, my mom. Every single
she'll
time she
get
throws
in
it
your
down, she gets hit
face.
first. She wants to be the first one because that way she knows. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm defending myself.
Yeah, but like she'll get in your face to the point where like you want to push her off of you.
Yeah.
So that's why she got past my dad. I put my arm around her. I went ahead and like scooped her up, just move her to the side. Said, "Come on," and let's not do it because at the end of the day too is I didn't want to fight to break out because I'm like next day's Ensenada, we would have all got kicked off and we would got banned from Carnival. Y'all wouldn't have gotten more videos. We wouldn't get to get free cruises. So I'm like, I already know how this might turn out. So that's why I grabbed her. And then that's when my mom started clapping off about the one girl, ended up calling her Thunder Thighs and crap.
Yeah, which is really funny because I was like, they're kind of like the same size.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, you can't be calling her Thunder Thighs when y'all the same damn size. Come on, And I even told my mom too, just so you guys know, I told my mom, I said, I feel like in an argument, you immediately lose your validity as soon as you start attacking anybody's, physical
Well, it
features.
leads into the next topic with the guy getting off the.
Oh yeah, but specifically about that though, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, first of all, she was the first one to do it because she kept on calling my mom the B word, and my
Oh,
mom
yeah.
did not. While we were sitting down, she was like blocking my view, like the comments that she was making about like, damn, can't see shit. Like she didn't say anything physically about her, but obviously this girl, I think that mom had heard when I had said like, what did you say, about like calling her a bitch or whatever,
Yeah, because you're like, who are you calling a bitch? That's my mom.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the minute my mom heard that, she turned around and went hippo mode and
Yeah.
started charging.
My whole thing is though, and first of all, like I want to say shout out to the boyfriends because like they were so chill, like they were so chill. And
well, it's funny. I only remember the tall boyfriend. I don't remember the short guy.
He didn't. That's what I'm saying. He was chill. Like he didn't really. He didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
I didn't see him.
He
And
didn't.
but he probably knew better because the dude was literally 5'5". The short guy was like 5'5".
he was
And
really
then
short.
imagine though, like you're 5'5" and you see me and Tim, and then you see my dad, and then
Yeah.
you see our sister.
Ooh.
That's when you really run.
No, but they were really chill, and they were literally like, the guy was very apologetic though.
The guy was cool.
He was like, I'm sorry, and then and then he had made a comment. And he's like, but your mom and the name calling. I was like, your girlfriend literally called my mom an effing bitch first. So what are you talking about? Yeah. And he said, no, she said she was bitching. I said, no, she didn't. I heard what I heard. And he's like, have a good night. Have a good night. I was like, okay, you have a good night too. Like literally, we ended it all peaceful. But I was just like, I just can't believe though that like people who are so blatantly in the wrong really just stand their ground and double down on like just you were in the wrong. Like you just imagine if the roles were reversed, you're sitting down and somebody stands right in front of you, you would be just as pissed. I can't see. Like, come on. And I could understand if there is a packed show, you know what I mean? And clearly
everyone's standing.
Yeah, then I get it. He wants to stand next to his party. I would have been totally understanding, but I'm like, he literally right around him had a good 4 seats, and like Nate said, the pillar. Like, come on,
or just like make a little space.
Yeah,
but he didn't care to.
Yeah,
he did the smart thing though. He took his little crew and walked them upstairs to go back to the front of the ship.
Y'all, we went to the atrium bar, and literally they were right there at the atrium bar. Oh, funny news! As we're debarking, y'all, on our last day back here in Long Beach, as we're debarking, please tell me why my mom and this fool left me. Who do I end up right next to?
Well, on top of all that,
who do I end? Literally, and the short boyfriend, he was so chill. He was like, "Oh, I think your party left you." He's like, "Go ahead, brother." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, "This is so awkward." Like, I've never gotten into any type of altercation on any of my trips. Literally, this was my first one to where I was like,
everything's always been chill, smooth sailing, especially on cruises. Like, it's just whatever.
Yes, you can ask anybody I know. Like, honestly, if you guys watch like my other podcasts and stuff too, Jelly will tell you, all my other friends will be like, I am the person that is always like, come on, let it go, let it go, let it go. Don't let it ruin our night. Don't let it ruin our night. But this bothered me that she kept on talking shit about my mom. And I'm like, you're the one in the wrong. You are the one in the wrong. And you are literally sitting here thinking that you're right. Like, what?
Well, and then on top of all that, with all those people being right behind you or right behind us getting off the damn ship, my mom ended up talking crap to another guy.
Well, okay, this guy was blocking all the stairs, and y'all on debarkation. Like, honestly,
they forced you to go down like these set of stairs, forced you to go out, this one corridor and whatnot.
Yeah.
But so he's standing right there, and my mom didn't start it. Some other girl said, "Excuse me, sir, do you mind moving to the side or walking down the stairs?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to stand right here. I'm waiting for my family."
He said, "I'm waiting for my family." So, and then she had said, she's like, "Well, you can get the fuck out of the way." She cussed. She cussed, yeah.
My mom or the girl?
The lady.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But then, so like, because he ended up giving this random girl attitude though too. On top
yeah,
of it.
He did. He was a little snippy.
Yeah, and then so my mom.
But y'all, okay, like Nate is not painting an image, okay? So you have stairs coming down, okay? Picture like this, and then you have stairs going back down to the third floor. We need to get down to the third floor.
He's blocking one side of the stairs.
These stairs, yes, he's blocking this whole section with his luggages, and he's just standing there, and he has a group of people lined up behind him, and none of us can get to the right hand side of the stairs to go down because he's blocking it. And the lady, even my mom was like, what is he doing? And I was like, what is he doing? He's literally standing here, and everyone's just going, like, taking the right hand side of it. That's when the lady had
yeah,
said,
she said something to him, and then she started getting bad, and then she's like, well, I'm just go around you, and he was like, okay, whatever.
yeah.
And then my mom started talking out loud. Like, my mom doesn't really talk crap to people. She'll just talk out loud, and then they'll get other people to chime in. So my mom started talking out loud. I don't get why people are over here impeding the flow of traffic. And then he starts going, I'm waiting for my family. And she's like, well, why don't you just pull over to the side?
And he
then,
tried to say he is pulled. He did say, I am over to the side. I'm like, you're
Right in the
blocking the whole thing. Like, he has his luggage blocking right here by the rail to where you need to get down, and he's standing in the middle. I'm like,
Yeah.
how are we supposed to get our luggages around you? I
And,
don't get it.
On top of all that, so they got into a little argument, and then here goes my mom again with the comments, and then mom was at the bottom of the stairs, started just going, "Just shut up, shorty." And then because the guy, my mom was taller than him, it was kind of funny, but he
Yeah.
was like 5'4" or something like that, and then ended up saying, "Shut the fuck up, shorty." And then the guy's like, "Oh, just keep walking, ma'am."
She
And
didn't cuss.
I thought she said,
No, she said, shut up, shorty.
"Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that was it.
I guess that was it." But then so I'm right behind my mom, we're going, and then he got stuck behind us, and that's how he got stuck.
I got stuck right behind the guy because as soon as they left, then the guy ended up right in front of me, and then I guess his family finally had reached him, and then his mom was like, what was that all about? And then he's like, oh, I don't know, she's a real treat, isn't she? And I'm so sorry, I thought that shit was hilarious because the way he said it, she's a real treat, huh? Like, because he was like a little bit like, well, he was, I guess, around the same age as my mom.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was freaking hilarious. And so check this out. As coming from the other direction, he's right in front of me. And then as soon as we come down, the other group from the other night that we almost got into the freaking brawl with, literally. So I have this guy right here to the right of me, and then I'm like merging in front of the other guy. And that's when the guy was nice, and he was like, oh, go ahead. He was like, your party's ahead of you or whatever, and was really nice to me. But I was like, they ended up right behind me. So I have the guy who was blocking the whole traffic that my mom called shorty, which really offended him.
Oh, he's like shut down after that.
Yeah, but that's why I always tell my mom too. I'm like, I get it that you're heated, but like, don't be saying shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? What's the purpose of it? Like, I get it that you're irritated, but you don't need to be saying shit like that. You know?
I'm sorry, I started to laugh.
Well, I mean, he was rude and he was talking shit as far as and like, you can go around, move around, whatever. Like he was, but I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like whenever you comment about physical people's physical features, I don't know. I feel like you automatically lose what, even if you're
because you stoop down to a whole nother type of level. That's
exactly,
what it is.
exactly.
Like,
if he would have called her fat first, then okay.
By all means, game's on. But I mean, when you do that, you stoop down to like middle school level, honestly.
Exactly, and then I'm like, you lose your point. But clearly, this fool, it's like you have multiple people. Like at this point, because the first lady that was just like, okay, then like get the fuck out of the way because she got irritated because he wouldn't move.
Well, and like people were being respectful about it at first. And then he started giving attitude for no reason.
Yeah.
And then he was just like.
Yeah, but anyways, I just thought it was hilarious that he ends up in front of me. The couple ends up behind me. I'm like, oh my God. And they're all way ahead. And here I am like, here I go again. Singled out, left alone. Like, damn.
I thought he was right behind. So I turned around and I saw that he wasn't behind me at all. So then
because as soon as you guys went down, then the guy's family finally came. So I was just like,
so I thought he was behind me, and I got to the bottom of the stairs. I'm like, where the hell did Tim go? Yeah. And then I'm like, all right, so I'll pull over to the side, and he's just walking down the stairs with a smile, and he's like giving me like the look to like look behind him and look in front of him. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yep. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. But anyways, that was that of our little story time of the Carnival Firenze. Make sure you guys stay tuned for vlogs coming soon. And then we kind of like filmed a ship tour, which I was looking back at the footage of, and it was not as long as I expected. It's going to be a short little ship tour, but we woke up at the crack of dawn, literally at 6 o'clock in the morning to film a ship tour. Cause I was like, oh, I want to like try film. I've never filmed a ship tour. And I was like, okay, you got to wake up early while everyone's asleep.
I feel like we did good.
It's gonna be 10 minutes long.
Oh.
Yeah, because I feel like we just, I don't know, maybe because I started getting like, it was freezing, it was windy. I was like, okay, I'm over it. Like,
well, not to mention too, there was a lot of people up at 6
a.m.
We're like,
I didn't know that many people woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh my God.
You gotta do it at like 4 a.m. I guess.
The sun's not out then. We need the sun, obviously.
Not on the inside, just for the outside.
Yeah. So, anyways,
we didn't even have the sun actually.
But it was enough, obviously. There was light. So those are going to be coming up pretty soon. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. If you guys have made it this far, leave a boxing hand emoji and a cruise ship. And also too, I do have to say, I don't know, like people always, once again, I don't know, like going on this Carnival ship. Look, obviously, I said in the last video too that people refer to Carnival as Spirit of the Seas, and I have to say that we are Spirit of the
Yeah,
Seas. We are
100%.
the trashy ones.
Yeah, and we never been.
No. I'm
It's
just not for real though. Like I don't get the whole like outlook on Carnival. I don't know. I like it.
I don't know.
I think it's fun.
For some reason, I just barely realized this, but like Carnival's all about getting messed up, drinking.
Fun.
It's all
Yeah.
about fun.
They encourage you to party.
drinking, and then Virgin's about like I feel like just relaxation.
Relaxing. I think
And then-
Norwegian's kind of like that too.
And then Royal Caribbean's all about also fun and great entertainment. For sure.
Yep.
Because I realized too, like out of all these different cruise ships, Carnival's pretty much the only one like with a decent price drink package.
Yeah.
Because I know not Carnival, Royal Caribbean's like out of the water freaking with their drink package, and
Carnival's expensive too.
Carnival's expensive, yeah, but I think it's cheaper than Royal, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they're a little bit more of a budget-friendly cruise line. That's why.
That's why we Spirit of the Seas.
Hell yeah, we love it. So we encourage you guys to go on a Carnival cruise. Shit, I don't know.
It's
like,
a lot of fun. It
yeah,
is.
I always see these TikToks of everyone, and like I made a TikTok that had like a decent amount of views on it, and people were all trashing Carnival, and I was like, I like
Y'all
it.
just haters.
Yeah,
That's all it is. Y'all haters. You haters that we having fun.
I will say some of the food is hit or miss, and the entertainment is not the best.
Well,
you know?
that's why you just go to the Blue Iguana because damn near every ship has one, I think.
Yep.
And you just load up
and
on burritos.
Guy's Burger.
Yeah, just
Oh, wait, spoiler alert. I didn't talk about that. Freaking Guy's Burger on this ship. You guys know if you guys seen our other Carnival Cruise
true.
vlogs. I love going to Guy's Burger because they have a vegetarian patty. And y'all, this ship did not. They didn't offer a vegetarian
so weird.
patty.
But they did have the mozzarella burger that was pretty gas.
They had a big old chunky fried mozzarella. It was like a big square. You guys will see in the vlogs.
It was like a cheese curd burger if y'all ever been to Culver's.
Yep, it was pretty good. But anyways, y'all, we hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you guys keep your notifications on. We will be uploading new episodes every Friday and then new vlogs on Sunday. So
yeah, stay tuned for some drama and some news.
Yes.
No.
Oh, that's not
That's
the news, right?
NFL.
Oh, is it really?
That's like
I was trying to be like oh no, is that NFL? Y'all,
No, that's not NFL.
whatever. Okay, make sure you guys
He's
give this video
trying.
a thumbs up.
Give him the A for effort.
Yes, we will catch you guys next week.